Good morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is a slightly different video. It's going to be a shorter one. Don't worry, the main one will be coming later on and it will be a longer one. This one is actually in response to Scott Anders, Scott the movie critic. He set a contest on his channel a week ago. He's basically hit 100 subscribers and is doing a sort of a prize giveaway of Amazon gift vouchers in response to 3 questions. So you know me, Scott, I don't do boring old sticking answers in the comments and all this sort of thing. Had to do a video. So here we go. The first question was, who inspired you to start your YouTube channel? Interesting question. I wouldn't say these guys inspired me to start the movie channel, but the 2 guys who inspired me to want to talk about movies and chat about them, review them kind of, are these guys. You may not remember this one, Mr. Barry Norman. Now, he was the king of movie critics in the 70s and 80s on BBC. He had a regular show called Film, and it was followed by the year, so it was Film 78, Film 79. It was essential viewing. It was my favourite 30 minutes of the week. He was always on quite late. It was after 11 o'clock, so you had to stay up quite late to watch him. But it was an absolute master of the review. I absolutely love this guy. I've actually posted a couple of videos of his on Retro Movie Zone a few weeks ago that I found on YouTube. And I'll try and repost them later if you want to take a look and see what this guy's all about. It's very, very interesting looking at some of his older reviews, like the review he did of Star Wars, the review he did of Top Gun, to see what he thought of them like 35 years ago. But that's one. He's one that made me want to talk about movies. The other guy is the current heir to the throne, Mark Commode. I could listen to this guy for hours. I listen to his podcast every week. He's also got a show on Scala Radio where he plays a lot of movie soundtracks, which I listened to for the first time yesterday and thoroughly enjoyed. I've come away with a couple of soundtracks that I really want to listen to. So this is the guy, or those 2 guys, are the ones that made me want to talk about movies. Now, the ones that inspired me to actually start the channel, I've got 2 guys that I work with to thank for that one. Dave Lowe and Lee Barber. They're colleagues of mine at work. They'd seen the website. They were members of the Facebook group, which was fairly young at the time. I'd only been doing it for a few weeks. And they basically came up to me and said, what you really, really need more than anything now is a YouTube channel. I've told this story before. And my first reaction to that was, absolutely not, no way, I can't sit in front of a camera talking about films. No, it's not going to happen. And eventually they talked me into it. And if you look back to my very, very first video, you'll see how awkward I looked and how awkward I obviously felt doing it. But I've kind of grown over the last, year and a half, however long I've been doing it. So I've got Dave and Lee to thank for actually starting the channel. So they were my inspiration. If you're talking YouTube film critics, I used to watch a lot of, in fact, Dave introduced me to Big Paulie and quite a few others. So I would say they were my influence. They all sort of converged in one, and I thought, you know what, to hell with it, I'll go for it. And they were my inspiration. So that's question 1. Question 2, let's see, I'm reading. What is your favourite movie franchise? And what is your least favourite entry in that franchise? I wouldn't say this is my favourite movie franchise, but I do love these. Planet of the Apes. Now I'm talking the original, is it 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. The original 5 movies. I absolutely love these. To me, there isn't a bad one. I don't think the last 2 were best received by the critics, but we don't listen to critics, do we? So I would say that is absolutely one of my favourite franchises. My least favourite entry in that franchise, I'm afraid, would have to be that one. This is the remake that came from 2001. starring Mark Wahlberg. Now, I haven't seen this for many, many years, but I do remember watching this and being really, really disappointed with it. Maybe I do need to watch it again, I don't know. But if I had to pick a least favourite entry in one of my favourite franchises, it would be this particular version. And I will be taking another look just to see why I was so disappointed. Who knows, I may have changed my opinion, but somehow I don't think so. But that's my answer to question 2. Question 3, favourite horror film? Always, always Friday the 13th. I absolutely love this whole franchise, adore it. The best one, obviously, was the first one. I still remember going to see that at Burton Odeon. Would have been 1980, so you're talking 42 years ago. God, was it that long ago? And being absolutely terrified. I remember they made us queue outside the screen because I arrived a little bit early. And all I remember hearing about 5 minutes before they all tipped out was this collective huge scream, and I stood there thinking, what the hell have I let myself in for here? Obviously I found out what it was an hour and a half later when I went in. So yeah, my favourite movie is definitely Friday the 13th, and Friday the 13th Part 2 comes a very, very close second. I thought that was as good, if not better than the original, but if I had to pick one, an absolute favourite, it would be the original Friday the 13th from 1980, which featured a very young Kevin Bacon, believe it or not, if you've never seen it. So there you go. That's my answers to your 3 questions, Scott. Enter me in your prize draw, and I look forward to hearing whether I've won anything or not. No, I'm only kidding. It's the taking part that's important with these things. So have a good day. And to anybody else that's watching this, have a good day, and I'll be back later on with the main video. I've got loads to talk about. So take care, everybody, and I will talk to you all again soon. Cheers for the shout out, Scott. Really enjoyed that. Cheers, mate. Ta-ra.